Well, today we have another Game Boy Color that got batteries in a game, and it powers on. You can see there's a light. We get sound, and it boots up the game. Wait for it. So you can hear the game going there, but we don't get anything on the screen. So I'm going to crack this open and see if this is going to be an easy fix or if we're going to have to put more work into it. The good news is that with these Game Boy Colors, it's very easy to find a replacement backlit IPS screen, and I may end up just going that route depending on what the issue is with this, or I may just try to find a backplate for it and clean it up a bit. We'll see what we encounter when we crack the case open. I've had one of these before where nothing was coming up on the screen, everything else looked good, buttons reacted, and that one actually didn't have any sound, but it turned out that the screen cable, the ribbon cable that connected the screen to the motherboard, had just become loose. It was loose like I don't even know, like a millimeter. I detached it, reattached it, and booted right up. Kind of hoping that's what happens with this one, but I'm not holding my breath, because usually when I say that, that means that that's not going to be the case. So, get another screw out there. Okay, let's crack her open and see what we're working with here. Alright, well, at first glance, the ribbon cable looks okay. So, I'm going to try just to oh, that clip came right out. That's interesting. Ooh. Makes me wonder if that thing's not soldered down all the way or something. I don't see any real corrosion on the ribbon at first glance. We're just going to pop it right back in, put the clips down again, and see what happens. Sometimes all it takes is reseating the cable. Survey says no dice. Alright, well, we may have to flip her over on the other side and see if we can get at the screen from the other angle, and if that doesn't do the trick, we may have to do some more troubleshooting on it. So we'll flip it over to that next. Oh, actually, before I pop her open on that side, I'm going to try one thing quickly here, because I have a couple spare screens. I really don't like how that clip is coming out right there. Get my magnifying glass on there, because I feel like that may be causing an issue. There we go. Alright, so what we're going to do, I'm just going to slide this ribbon out, and we're going to pop this one in. And I'm going to lose the buttons here, so pop those out. Well, maybe not. I guess they're staying in after all. So we're going to flip this over like so. Probably would be easier to just take this off, but I'll try this like this anyway. Come on. There we go. Okay. Got both ribbons in there. And we're going to do this a little bit wonkily. See if this works. As is, all I really need this to do is make contact for the batteries. Survey says. Alright, that's a good sign. So that means that our Game Boy is working. Everything on this back motherboard is working. And there we go. could just replace the screen, as this came off anyway. That adhesive's not too strong. So I can replace this screen, and then we can always troubleshoot what we think the issue is with the other screen. I think what I'm going to try first is, just for giggles, one last hurrah, I'm going to try making sure that's seated in there all the way. Get that clip in there. And just for giggles, I'll try this one more time. No dice. So, and this little area here kind of has me worried. It almost looks like a crack. Looking at it under the microscope right now, it looks like a little bit of rust, actually, which is interesting. Let me see if I can get close there. So, I think the screen might be dead, in which case we'll throw a replacement one on there, and I might end up just throwing this into a new shell, because this thing does not have the back, but I have the shell for this guy over here. So, see if we can mix and match some parts and get her up and running. Alright, well, I've decided that I'm simply going to replace the screen in this for now, because I have another purple battery shell. So we're going to take the rest of this apart here. I got my Phillips, and we're just going to swap screens. Yep. After a brief cut, we're back. Okay. Try this again. One more screw. Undo this clip. I'm going to try not to slide that one out all the way this time, if I can. There we go. Okay. Slide that out. There's our motherboard. Really nice and clean. Really like that. All in all, this this unit is actually pretty darn clean. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we'll see if we can. Oh, well, that might be the issue. Let's see if we can get this out without breaking it more. Okay, so there's our screen. You can see there's the discoloration on it. But this ribbon cable, I don't know, looks like there's some bending or creasing on it. I'm not entirely sure why, but I know it's not good. And compared to the one I'll be throwing in there, I think I like this one a lot better. So, so I'm using this dust, quote-unquote dust absorber. It's really just a sticker to get the dust off of this before I put her back in. These are things that you would use when replacing the screen, or putting a screen protector on a phone. So I figure I can do the same thing here. This back over here. Now let's see how that looks. We'll clean off the outside there, but I think it looks pretty good. That down. Pop our ribbon cable back in. Slide our clips back into place. We'll just do a quick test. Beautiful. Okay. This over here. Get our screws back. I'm actually gonna lay this down. I got a bunch of crud on my mat here. I need to do some cleaning. I've been working on too many projects at the same time. Got this Game Boy, which I figured would hopefully be a nice quick fix, and I've also got this original Xbox Type S controller over here, and I've got an Xbox on the test bench right now that I'm working on the disk drive for. Got a bunch of things going on. I think the screws up here are still left over from some of the nastier Game Boy colors that I've gotten over the recent months. But they're just so much fun to work with. I think Game Boy Colors so far have been the most rewarding because they usually are pretty simple to fix. I've got one that I've got a ton of corrosion to get through. I've got to replace the capacitors, and I've got some broken traces, some of which were maybe my fault, being not as patient as I needed to be when taking the capacitors off. But I'm going to see if I can fix that. All of these I'm hoping to film and upload for your benefit. Oops. Well, not entirely sure what to do with this other screen. I don't think it can be salvaged, but I may dissect it. We'll see. It's one of the fun things you can do with broken parts. Can't break them any more than they are. And the pièce de resistance. I've got a backup battery cover right here. Next thing I'll do, while I have it out here, I'll clean off that screen a little bit. I probably need to take this all apart and give it a nice soapy bath. So you can see the dirt on there. But this is gonna be good for now. It's actually got a pretty, once I clean it off, that's got a pretty nice looking front screen. Turn it back on one more time. And this baby's good to go. Thanks for watching.